Steve Scott, owner of Scott Hawaii, and actually the company was started by my parents back in 1932. Initially they were in Kaka'ako on Cook Street, and then following World War II they moved out to what is now the airport area in the old, I guess it was Army structures out there before the airport was built, the current airport was built. And then in 1955 they moved to Kona Street, so we've been here for 53 years. And actually I have 2 sons working with me right now, so we're into our 3rd generation in Hawaii. HCDA's control over Kaka'ako implies that they're going to do what is either best for them or what is best for us. So I think it comes down to, as an owner, property owner in Kaka'ako, trying to figure out what is their motivation. And from what I understand, the HCDA charter, or their mission, is really to preserve what is here, preserve and not overdevelop it, not change the mix, not change I guess the essence of Kaka'ako. And you have a lot of companies in Kaka'ako that have been here for years, generations. And with what they have planned right now and what actually is going on around us, it has really changed. Like Kona Street, now it's very difficult to even at times drive on Kona Street because of the traffic. And what I envision with the general growth plan that is now coming up for review by the HCDA is that they're going to do exactly what we're being surrounded with, and yet the infrastructure hasn't changed. What I really fear most is the direction that HCDA is taking, is that they're making it almost impossible for small business, or they're going to make it almost impossible for small business. And I don't think that's in the best interest of this community or even Honolulu, because where are these small businesses going to go? There's just, not everyone can move to Kapolei, not everyone can move to Kalihi. You need these small businesses here for the community.
Gary Dill's the name. I'm a commercial fisherman. This is my boat, Imua. And the way I do it is I'm a bottom fisherman, so I simply go out to sea, catch my bottom fish, and bring them back to sell them. It's basically putting food on people's table. I've been doing it for about 20 years now. And when I first moved into this boat, we bought the boat in this harbor, and we stayed in this harbor. So we've been here since 1988. For the first 15 years of our stay here, it's just been really good. DOT Harbors ran the show. There are a lot of boats. A lot of guys, something broke, they'd fix it fairly quick. They kept things up. Yard was okay, the electricity flowed, the water flowed, I mean, it was okay. And then about 3 or 4 years ago, the proverbial stuff hit the fan, and when they announced that they were going to take Koala out of the DOT harbors and put it in the HCDA for them to run it, to operate it. The agency had never done anything at all before on the water, nothing. So this shocked all of us because we didn't even know that HCDA owned this place, since 1990, but apparently they did. But the harbors was running it, and it was, like I say, it was full of boats, it was well maintained, and it was safe. So it's been a real disappointment to see the last few years. Harbors basically wash their hands of it, and say, okay, we're turning it over, we're not going to do anything more. And so they stopped doing stuff, and they stopped keeping it up. And that's why if you get to look around the harbor later on, you'll be able to see there's some empty slips, and some of the docks are considered unsafe. So they can't put people in them anymore. So the whole lot of businesses has shrunk in the last several years, just the last few years, because of the inability of harbors to go forward with it in a normal way. It looks like general growth, and even over in Kaka'ako, Makai, the other plans that they had were for big buildings, big glitzy, multi-million-dollar developments aimed at, I'm not quite sure who, but it's going to be expensive. It's going to be somebody with money. And then all the little areas, like a boat harbor like this, will simply fit into that scheme. So if they put a 30, 40-story condo where Ward Warehouse is right now, that condo, their front yard is going to be this harbor. You see, and it makes us think, well, those condo people aren't small businessmen. They're multimillionaires, and what are they going to want this harbor for? small businesses or for glitzy yachts. So we've looked at their proposed rules for this and for the other areas, and it really looks aimed at that kind of clientele. Really big, enormous, money-making kind of development. It's not for locals. No, it's not for us at all.
I'm Marilyn Yeager, and I got involved in this Kaka'ako stuff just because I like getting involved in stuff that I believe in, and I believe in what this coalition is trying to do for Kaka'ako. General Growth is coming in with their own plan. It's conceivable that they're going to get in with their plan before anything is ever done with HCDA. And I think it's important that we have that in place first. You know, like not getting all the cart before the horse. Let's get our ducks in a row. Let's take care of our people in Kaka'ako. The business people, the elderly, the children, everybody, everything. I say, don't blind us with your high rises. We love the mountains. We love the sea. We want to see it, and we don't want to see through a little window like this, okay?